Oh, we cannot wait to see Shakib's English. Let's talk about the English. Let's talk about the English. I mean, let me tell you something. It's been winning season for my husband. My husband backed me. Winning season for him. My husband is gonna be on Netflix. You with your English, with your literature, with your accents, with your everything, honey, look at you.
Young, famous, and African. The drama has already begun. The show is coming up on the 17th of January, okay, season 3. And they've shown us the sneak peek. It's a Netflix show, so you're only going to see this on Netflix. So go do your subscription, get it ready because the 17th is around the corner. But anyway, the drama started already, and they're starting with Zari Hassan's husband, Shakib, where a lot of people from, listening to the sneak peek, we heard where he was saying if someone has anything to say, they should say it to his face. And people were like, this guy's grammar is not grammar, so we can't even wait. But I think that's silly. As a person, the first thing that should come to your mind is not how somebody speaks another person's language. If you want to mock and laugh someone, listen to how the person speaks their own language. So why don't you go to Shakib and ask Shakib if he knows how to speak his own African language, and not come and start mocking him if he can speak English or he cannot speak English. Before you do all of that, how many English people or non-English people can actually speak any of the African languages or dialects? Ask yourself that question first. So it is not wise that someone can speak English does not mean that that person is the smartest person in the world. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Y'all calm down. This type of nonsense will not be tolerated. Y'all leave Shakib alone. However, he wants to blow the grammar. I go, I come, I came, I saw, I conquered. We will understand, okay? And the show, from what we see, we know that Young, Famous, and African, it is an interesting show, and everybody is bringing their A game, and they are all successful, hardworking young African men and women, and we are very proud of them. So we will not tolerate you people coming with this. Shakib does not know how to speak English, or Zari doesn't. What's his name? Diamond Platinum doesn't. Louise Manana and the rest. Calm down, calm down. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Focus on the main thing at hand, because if you're fine, go to Europe, do they? You go to France, they speak in French. You go to Greece, they speak Greek. You go to Italy, they speak the Italian. That we go to Germany, they speak Dutch. So when you start, you see Africans, and the first thing you all want to throw your mind is, hey, he cannot speak, he cannot speak. That is not, it just goes to show that you are not clever. Everybody speaks their own language or their own dialect. Okay. When a situation comes where you're talking to people that speaks different languages or different dialect, then you have to try to find a common ground. It is common with the French person. If a French person tries to speak English, it sounds weird. If a Dutch person tries to speak English, if a Greek person, an Italian person, all of them, it sounds weird. Okay. And they don't care. Their own is just to get you to understand. But the first thing they do is speak to you in their languages. So if you've ever been to Europe, you know what I'm saying. So don't come and start dragging Shakib that Shakib does not know how to speak. What? This is called young, famous, and African. Why does English have to come into this equation? We're talking about a show that is showcasing the continent. So if Shakib decide to speak any of the African, that's fine. The same thing you people did with what's his name, Diamond Platinums. When you hear Diamond Platinum speaking in Swahili, you can hear this person delivering. So the same thing goes for Shakib and Zari. Okay, when they speak Swahili or their dialect from Uganda, the part of Uganda where they come from, they will be able to speak it that we would, all of us that understands that language. Well, I don't, I'm not from East Africa, but I mean, everybody in East Africa that speaks or from Uganda understands very well what they are saying, and that is what matters. The most important thing is, was he able to pass his message across? And another thing, when you're watching the show, they always subtitle. So what they are saying will be written on screen. So even if the English is not correct, past tense, present tense, past, even if it's not correct, the people editing the program knows what he's trying to say, and they will be able to explain it better on screen where people will read and understand, because we know that we have a lot of viewers, a lot of, for example, A lot of African Americans are interested, or sorry, Black Americans, as they like to be called, are interested in this show also. So it is subtitled and they can understand, they can read it and understand what Shakib is saying if they cannot understand the grammar. Same with people from Australia, News, any other part of the world that is watching this show, or from Europe or anywhere. You people don't go ahead dragging this people. You have all these Korean movies that you people invest your time watching, and they do those movies in their languages, Indian movies, and what I'm going to mention, what Chinese movies that they speak their languages. You enjoy it. Watch Philippine. What's those movies that you people like to watch? But Telemundo, what those stuff. Don't come dragging the guy. Allow him to do what he knows how to do. Present whatever is bothering him in the show the way he wants to present. The bone of contention is not if Shakib is going to speak English or not. What we want to see is enjoy a show that will be packed with drama, seeing that Zaria is the ex of Diamond and Shakib is the husband, and how is this gonna go? Diamond, the playboy, feeling like, yeah, there's just so much fun stuff that will keep you glued to your screen. And the fact that they all agreed to be in this show and work and get the coin, you're there laughing at Shakib's grammar or English. You don't know the check that Shakib is going home with at the end of this season 3. Okay, so y'all, I don't get it. Okay, I don't understand what you people are laughing about. And Zari is right. You will be there with your grammar and everything, and Shakib is there with his check. Okay, as bad as you think his grammar is, he will still be paid for being on the show, and that will be a good coin for him. And this could all actually open door. People that don't know what Shakib does, watching the show will be more interested to go follow him and see what Shakib is all about, and that's more coin coming his way. So do not invest your time in looking at who is speaking grammar in the Young, Famous, and African, or who is not speaking well grammar. If you want to know if Shakib, Zari, or any one of them can speak, ask them where they're from and let them speak their own dialect.